today we're doing show, don't tell. It's a big strategy for, to be honest, big growth. So what I want to share with you today is this idea of show people how good you are, don't tell them. Show them how good you are, don't tell them. But before I do that and explain it, I just want to share with you one of the key beliefs that I've always held. Guys, there is so much money out there to be made. There is so much money out there to be made. There is so much money out there to be made. Are you hearing me? There's so much money out there to be made. Who's having a reaction to that statement? Hands up, who's having a reaction?
Good or bad? I'm excited. Yeah.
Who's excited by the prospect? Yeah? Okay. Oh, great. Oh, we're in the right room here, Karina. Yes, please. There's so much money out there to be made, and the customer is already looking for what you've got. They are actively looking. They've got the money, and they want to spend it on what you're selling. If you don't win that business, it's probably because they didn't find you and couldn't test you properly. So they still spent the money. They just spent it with someone who was clearer on their offer, got in their space, and gave them a better way to test it. Make sense? So the customer's already out there. They're looking for you. They're actively looking for what you're selling. If they don't find you and they can't test you, they will still spend that money, but they'll spend it with the person who is better at that. Today is about getting better at that. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So first off, this is the buying journey. I don't think this will be unusual for you guys to know. People who are going to spend money with you start at zero, where they're a cold lead. They've never heard of you before. They have no idea who you are. And our job is to get them not just to being a client, but to being a repeat client. That when your time is up with them, they say, I don't want this to end. What do the options look like for renewal? Who's familiar with that question, that feeling? Feels good. We get that by over-delivering and doing a good job. So what we want to do is get people to hear about us for the first time, warm them up, and then invite them to become a customer, okay? So we're taking them from cold lead into warm lead, into client, into ideally repeat client, okay? That's the journey we're going to go on. There's loads of people who've never heard of you before. One of the mistakes people are making on social media is they're going, hey, you've never heard of me before. Here's my sales page. Hey, you've never heard of me before. Opt into my lead magnet. Hey, you've never heard of me before. Let me take you off the platform that you trust onto another platform that you don't use. Do you know how much trust and credibility it takes to get someone to do that now? Who here does not want to opt in to another frickin' opt-in? Anyone here? Yeah. Right, so why are we all making opt-ins? Why is our first port of call? I'll make a checklist. Let me share with you something that's working for me at the minute and show you how this is working. In October last year, I hit #1 on Google for business coach. Ooh, so if you search business coach, yeah, ooh, yeah, and I tell you, I can feel it. Before, I would have been like SEO, meh. Now I'm like SEO, let me tell you. So I'm page 1 on Google for business coach. So someone searches, they're a customer, they've got money to spend. So what do they search? Business coach UK, female business coach, and I come up. Now at this stage, they have no idea who I am, if I'm any good, and mostly the feeling they have is skepticism, right? Who's this person? She's probably a con artist, yeah. She's probably a coach, coaching coaches who are coaching coaches. Has she ever built a business? What does she know? My job when they come in is to warm them up and take them up the ladder before I get on a call with them. Don't answer this question out loud, but just think, if you tend to be having a lot of discovery calls with people and you're not converting nearly all of them, you're not doing enough to warm that customer up before they get on a call with you, my conversion rate is 9.9 out of 10. If I get on a call with someone, they're buying. I'm not selling. They're buying because for them, the fact they have to speak to me is actually a distraction from what they've already decided. I'm their coach. So I'm going to show you how I do that today. It takes a bit of work, but ooh. I'm just saying, guys, it's cushy. So here's what I'm hearing from every new client at the minute. Lisa, I found you on Google. I watched 5 minutes of a video, and I already know I want to work with you. And I go, oh, which video? So I know it's working, and they go, I can't remember. And then instead of describing the content of the video, they describe the background. Like they're looking at the aesthetics. They're like, well, this one, it had a fireplace. I was like, I know the video. I know which one you're talking about. So what's happening here is they're finding me on Google, they're a cold lead, but they've got the money, they want to invest, they're searching, and then the videos are taking them from being a cold lead into a warm lead, and then this is where they come to me on the call. So the question you've got to ask is, when someone finds you for the first time, whether it's networking, a word of mouth referral, Instagram stories, LinkedIn, you're doing a talk, it doesn't matter, what have you got here that shows how good you are without you having to tell them? This is the video, the fireplace. This property is a renovation property. What I'm going to do one day is turn that camera around and show you what the aesthetic looks like on the other side. I think my business would collapse. They'd be like, oh, she is a con artist. It's a renovation property. We just had that wall damp-proofed. And they said, do you want an open fireplace? I said, yes, I do. Here's the vision board. And the guy was like, oh, you're one of those. I was like, yes, here's the clipping. So this video is ideas on how to make sales in your online business, inspiring and practical. But notice something here. In the video, this is one of the key things. Do you know when you watch a video and you press play and the video goes, hey, my name's Lisa, I'm a business coach. In this video, you're already bored. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've lost you already, haven't I? Damn it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make sales. But before we get to that, let me tell you, I was in debt. Years ago, I was just like you. And you're like, oh, for God's sake, tell me the answer. In my videos, when I open them, hey, how you doing? My name's Lisa. In this video, I'm going to tell you the number one thing you have to do, and it's VUM. And you tell them something, and that has got to be the biggest insight that you have. It's got to be the answer, because they will then go, this is pretty good. I'm going to keep listening, keep reading, keep watching. But everyone is taught or trained to save it till the end. You know, the videos, stay tuned, it's coming. But before we get to that, let me cut to this. Let me bring in this person. And you're like, tell me the answer, dude. This video is already too long. Not only do I do that, actually teach, give the answer, tell people what they have to do. I'll even put it underneath the video. The biggest thing coming out of this video is this. And you might think, oh, but Lisa, if I tell them, they're not going to watch it, right? Who would... Say again? Yeah, that would help for SEO as well. Yeah, 10 points to you, absolutely. So huge, what you call the video and the URL, that's all contributed to it. But if you were looking for an answer for something, and the video came up and the name said what it was about, and the thumbnail gave you a clue as to what it was about, and then you read the first paragraph and it gave you a bit of an answer, would you go, oh, I don't need it now? Or would you go, this person knows what they're talking about, let me hear them unpack it? Right? Isn't this already so different to how so many people market? So even in the write-up, tell them, because you're right, it's going to be good for SEO. Whatever the content is, I think it's a really good idea to get it on your website for SEO purposes. But then when they're on the website, look what's in the top right. Latest posts, other posts, they can start clicking in, because before they get on a call with you, you want them to do the research and to understand your methodology and your approach and who you are and why you're different. So when they're on the call, what you'll find is they'll come and say, I've got a few questions. How would this apply to me? Do you know how great a sales question that is? If someone said to me, Lisa, how would this apply to me? I think, well, you're a customer. Easy, you're a customer, because you already know what I'm doing and you're asking how we now apply it. But then also, you'll see here in the sidebar, and I've got down here, real clarity in what the services are, what the offers are. One of the other things I haven't put on this slide that I keep hearing from clients is, the reason I picked you is you're so clear. If you go on my website and go on the coaching page, there's one page. You can do this photography, any business you've got, one page, and all of the pricing is there. What you get, how it works. So when they're on a call with me, they're not nervous. They know how much it is. They know what it looks like to work with me. It's not click here for this service. Oh, and then go over here, and then now you're back here, and I'm lost. You've lost that customer. If they're lost, you've lost. Make it so stupidly simple so they're like, oh, 1, 2, or 3. I think I'm number 2. I think most content is genuinely a waste of time. And then I realized, well, that's a waste of my life. And I thought, don't waste our lives with bad content. Help us, move us, give us the answer, show us how good you are. Don't tell us how good you are. Show us how good you are. Don't tell us how good you are. Today, we're going to look at how we do this, but I'm going to give you a couple of key examples, and as I do it, I want you to think in your own business, what does this look like for me? What does my version of this look like? Obviously, I'm a big fan of video. I mean, there's 3 cameras in the room as it is. Big fan of video, and we'll talk about that in a second. But some of you might not like video, and you might want to write, you might want to do a podcast. It doesn't matter, but there's got to be something. There's got to be a medium. So let's talk about how to show, don't tell. In order for you to understand fully how to show and not tell, it's really important that you understand this concept of business and marketing. So page 14, if you want to make notes on this. This is so simple, but so important. 3 types of content that you need to produce in order to sell. 3 things that you need to consider, things that you need to do. The first one is you've got to reach new people. If you're not getting in front of new people, it's not that your business isn't growing, you're actually dying as a business. Because if you're not reaching new people, there's no new people to consider what your offer is, to go onto your website, to have a conversation with you, to talk about you. So if I was coaching you, and even today, you might find me asking, how are you getting into new markets? You can do it any way you like, but you have to have an answer to that. Lisa, I don't like networking. Okay, so tell me you're doing SEO. It's too technical. No worries. Tell me you're doing organic social media. I don't know how. Okay, get out of business. Get out of business because it's not for you. Or you say, I don't know how. It's too hard. It's too technical. So here's what I'm doing to support myself in that discomfort. Then you can stay. Make sense? You can't say, I don't like it. I'm not technical. I don't want to do it. You just won't make it. You have to have an answer to how am I reaching new people. The second thing we need is something that's going to build our brand, where people can say, oh, that's Lisa, she does this, this is her caliber. And this is showing people your value up front. And then the third one is actually making your offers buyable now. All of you as an action, go look at your website, see how easy it is to book a call with you, see how easy it is to book one of your services, to find out what you do, to understand the difference. And I would say less, not more. Get all the gumph off, and make it really clear. What are my 3 options? So you've got to have offers. It's got to be really clear. Let people see what they can do to work with you. So in terms of reach, all of this works. Networking, ads, I love ads. Speaking, you know, how many people are in the room? 50, 60 people. I'm now reaching new people. Is that fair? Some of you might be like, oh, she's good, I'll follow her. And some of you might be like, oh, can't stand her and I hate her hair. Could happen. Could happen. It's happened before. SEO, so if somebody Googles business coach, it's do you come up organically on Google? Yes. But also, you know, on Google, you get these like little clip answers now, where you might search something and the answer comes up and it's been sourced from a website. That's SEO. You go on Google Maps, coffee shops near me, SEO. YouTube, you search business coach, how to sell, how to do this. Even that, search engine optimization. And I think even to a degree, on Instagram, if someone's searching, search engine optimization. But listen to this. I got my first client last week. You're going to love this. I got my first client last week. I said, where have you come from? Where did you find me? ChatGPT.
Wow. You've made it. That's, yeah.
But do you know why? Where does chat get its information from? So if you think, oh, SEO's dead, like the people selling SEO tell you ads are dead. The people selling Instagram tell you SEO's dead. Guys, it all works. It all works. Pick a strategy, get in your lane and commit. It only takes 10 to 20 years. That's all it takes. I didn't know if I was going to get a laugh out of that or if I'd have to explain. I'm kidding. So my view is you should learn marketing. I think business is like 25% what you do and 75% marketing what you do. You could be the best. There could be coaches in the room, business coaches, who are better than me at coaching and might get you a better result. I'm better at marketing, so I'll win the client every time. So if you really care about your customers, you should care about marketing because it's your job to be findable. So yes, I think there's value in outsourcing it, but how do you know if they're any good? If you hire outsource, you have not outsourced the responsibility for the result. You've outsourced the admin of it. It's your responsibility to rank. Business development, I love a bit of business development. It takes way longer than you think. This is, you know, emailing people, connecting on LinkedIn, creating a database, following up 10 times. Someone come back to you 3 years later, you know, and you haven't done that offer in a while. Yes, I could do that, no problem. So this is the bit about building your brand, and this is really where we're playing today. one of my big things is teaching people about having unique thought leadership. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But it's the concept of knowing how to do something and going on the journey of actually explaining that and calibrating it and teaching it. You don't want to be the person who is just in the room. You want to be the person who's teaching it, who's got a methodology, who's got an approach. You could know so much that you could know too much, and it's overwhelming. When a client comes to you, they want a map, they want a process, and they want someone to walk that journey with them. Thought leadership is how you do that. So I'm going to explain that more in a second. Credibility signposting is huge, right? If you're speaking on a stage, you've got to get photos of that. You've got to write about it. If someone sees a photo of you at the front of a stage, they'll go, oh, that's their caliber. Versus networking, that's their caliber, right? When I first started trying to grow the business, I started going networking, and I was trying to get more speaking gigs. And before I could get the speaking gigs, I went networking and just took photos of everyone networking and photos of myself, and I wrote a story about it. Some of you today, all of you, you should be writing about this event, what you learned, who you met, sharing the photos, tagging people. If you tag people, they share it and you're growing your reach. But you've got to do the work of actually documenting that process. So I started going networking, and here's the worst thing you could do networking. Oh, hey, what do you do? Oh, cool, okay. Oh, Lisa, what about you? Oh, I'm a business coach. No one wants to talk to a business coach at an event, do they? Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, another coach. So I never tell people that. Lisa, what do you do? Oh, I'm a speaker. I'm really big on teaching people the truth about marketing and sales. And I've got these events. I go all over the country and I teach people the truth of what it takes. Do you know Karina? She's got this networking group. She's always looking for speakers. Let me introduce you. Why, thank you. Hi, Karina. How you doing? I'm Lisa. What do you do? Well, I'm a speaker and I'm this and I do a bit of coaching. Interesting, right? And like, ta-da! Just like that. Just like that, and maybe a little bit of vetting and credibility checking, just to be sure, right? Just watch a few videos to check. So the credibility signposting is, if you're at an event, write stories about it, but better yet, if you go networking, try and be the speaker. It's uncomfortable, you don't want to do it, I know. I was nervous, I am nervous, but those are the people that win more work, because when you're at the front of the room, you get to share your methodology and ideas, right? Who thinks that could be something they could try? Yeah. And then level whatever, say that's level 2. You go to events, level 1. You be the speaker, level 2. You start running your own events, level 3. You get cameras and film that, level 4, right? So even if it's an iPhone, iPad, if you can film it, get little clips of it, credibility signposting. But we'll talk more about that in a second. And then sales, just be really clear on your containers. Invitations to trial is really, really important. So has anyone bought a car in the last 4 or 5 years? Mm-hmm. Is anyone in the room? Hands up if you've bought a car in the last 4 or 5 years. Keep your hands up. Oh, wait, there's too much money in this room, clearly. Right, keep your hands up if you bought a car. Now, put them down if you test drove that car first. Keep them up if you didn't test drive them. Keep them up if you didn't test drive the car. 2, 3, 4 absolute crackpots. Everyone else was like, I want to drive the car. Right, thank you. Doesn't this prove a point? 80-20 rule, was that? 80% of people going to want to test drive that car. 20% of people, that's the one. My friend's got that car. I've driven it before. I got taxied in that car. It's been on my vision board for years. I'll have that car. So 9 times out of 10, someone's going to want to test drive it. The mistake people make when they try and sell is they go, oh, hey, you saw me do that talk. Here's my coaching offer. Don't do that. You need something in between. Hey, you saw me do that talk. Watch a few videos. That's the show bit. Show, don't tell. Okay? So this is the big question. If you could write something down from today, this is the question that I would ask. How can I give someone an experience of working with me with minimal risk to them? With minimal risk to them. How can I give someone an experience of working with me with minimal risk to them? So how do I give someone an experience of it with minimal risk to them? Remember that I'm a business coach and I teach people how to grow to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. How can I give them an experience of that that isn't just jump on a discovery call? That is an example of it, but it's not the best example because a discovery call is quite loaded, isn't it? It's like walking into that car sales room, it's quite a loaded experience. So events, masterclasses, workshops, brilliant way to do it. even if you lose money doing it. So in October last year, I started going out networking and then thought, I'm going to do my own events. I'm going to be the speaker. So I set up these events called the Dare to Grow live events. And the first event in Newcastle, I got 22 people to buy a ticket just like that. I was like, oh, amazing. Obviously, like, I'm a national treasure and everyone in the country knows. Why are you laughing? Obviously, I'm a national treasure and everyone in the country knows who I am. So I'll do it in Leeds. So I ran the event in Leeds, booked the venue, made this big hoo-ha. I was like, Dad, I'm going to be a millionaire, same story. And I sold 8 tickets. 8 tickets. I was like, man, this does not look good. 10 days before the event, 8 tickets. 2 choices. Choice number 1, cancel the event, don't do it, go in a cave. Choice number 2, cancel the event, don't do it, go in a cave. Choice number 3, market more, go meet more people. So I started booking onto events in Leeds, which is how I met some people in the room. I started networking, I started running ads, and I went to an event, met somebody, she came, brought 2 people with her, someone else came, she brought a friend, and we ended up with like 18, 19 people at that first event, enough for it to look credible. And now it was selling out at 50, 60 weeks before the event is due to happen because I didn't quit. I just did it again, and I did it again, and I did it again. But these events, when I run them, I lose money every time. They cost more for me to run them than I make on the day, but the referrals and the leads and the growth that comes out of the back of it is huge, okay? So this is the strategy I use. I started running ads, and the ads said, networking in Newcastle, lunch, talk, connections for business growth, and then the date, and you could click the link. I ran these ads, guess where? Newcastle, correct. Newcastle and a 30-mile radius around the northeast. When I started running them in Leeds, guess what I changed? Networking in Leeds, and I changed the geographical region of where I was running the ads. If you're in business and you want to go networking, aren't you looking for networking? Isn't it such an easy yes to say yes to a networking event for the first time? Especially if you go on the page and there's pictures and the people look like you, and you're like, oh, this looks good, I'm going to go. So running an ad like that, remember I'm a business coach and I'm trying to get clients who are like 2.5, 5, 10K, and here I am running a networking event for £35 at a loss, right? I run the ads, I go do the event, and at the event I do a full day workshop on the truth of what it takes to build a business. I film it, and then the next ads are the clips that came out of that event. I could say to you, guys, I run this amazing event, the energy's amazing, I'm really good, and I teach this really good stuff. Want to buy a ticket? Or I could share a clip where I share something really insightful and it's good fun, maybe get a laugh out of the audience, and you feel the energy of it, and I could just show you that. Which one is going to convert more? The second one, obviously. So show, don't tell. Now, the first few events I did, I had to rely on these ads, and they're very powerful, it's very clear, it's an easy yes. But this idea of document what you're doing, film it, capture it, show people, let them feel the energy of it, let them hear your biggest insights, then it becomes so much easier to make a sale, for someone to say yes, because they're test driving it. In terms of how many ads, you want 3 ads, at least 3 to 5 ads to be testing something. You have no idea which ad is going to work. And for those of you who are like, Lisa, I'm not doing ads, I don't run ads, no worries. Organic social media, Instagram, loads of content about it. You know, behind the scenes, if you're doing an event, I use that example, go to the venue, get photos, get clips, get testimonials, get vox pops. This is hard, but this is business. This is what we have to do. And then when you're running stuff as social media content, you know what content performs best. That's what you then put your ad budget into. You never want to be like, I'm not making any sales, I've got no audience, I know, I'll do ads. Nope, because you don't know how to get customers. So what are you spending the money on? You're scaling a guess. We don't want to do that. We do our best guesses with social, with organic, hugely powerful. You can win customers that way, but I think we accelerate it with ads. So I could have an ad that was like this one here. Some of you might have seen this ad. The ad was a joke. Do you guys know Tony Robbins and Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah.
If they had a child,
Yeah.
I am their child. Am I not? If Tony Robbins and Ellen DeGeneres had a kid, I am their love child, right? So I shared that at an event quite spontaneously. It was funny. It got a laugh. I looked at my camera. I was like, yes, got it, mint. As soon as I got home, turned it to an ad. So that would be a great retargeting ad. But then this here is a great ad. And then for leads, I was struggling for sales in the beginning. So I went to leads, went in the venue. I was like, guys, I just want to show you the venue. Check this out, check that out. That's an ad. I might take photographs, run a story, do a video like 3 reasons to come. That's an ad. All of those would be ads. But, you know, Karina, you don't run ads as it goes right now. No. Guys, look, you don't need to run ads. You would just have to make sure you like tag the venue, hashtags. You'd have to work really hard at it. You'd go networking. Oh, hey, let's connect. Connect on LinkedIn, connect on Instagram. Now they're seeing your stuff. It's just more boots on the ground that way. Whereas an ad, you know, I could be in the shower, on a run, watching Mission Impossible, and those ads are working for me regardless. You post the content, even on your Instagram, and like this grid now is so rich, because if I keep standing in front of the camera and going, hey guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about XYZ, yawn. But if the next clip is me on the front of a stage, credibility, a clip of a spontaneous moment, me at a venue, can you see how that livens things up? So you've got to think, how do I like do something different, get attention, but show, don't tell. You'll never see me in an ad go, this event's really good, here's what we're doing. You'll see me go, guys, this is the venue that we're at. Guys, here's a clip from the ad, here's a testimonial. That's the difference, can you see that? And if you're not doing that, there is another way to do it as well, but I'll just say something. Do you see here that we've got cameras set up? And Karina's going to do a little bit later, and I brought the cameras. I was like, Karina, we're going to film it. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to mic it up. It's going to be fab. Because that content, even say Karina did an hour-long talk. I know you're not, but say she did, and we got one 60-second clip from that talk. Oh, man, worth its weight in gold. So if you can go even to like a networking group and there's 6 of you, film it. Get a friend to come with you, get a parent to come with you, get whoever to come with you, an apprentice, film it. But when I do these big full day events, if you're running your own events, I get the longer clip and I put it on my website. And then we're back to square one of like, oh, now that you're here, retargeting, the other content you can watch, the offers that I've got, right? And this doesn't have to be with events. You can do something different. It could be a masterclass online. It could be a workshop you're running, a 3-day live event in Instagram, in like a Facebook group or something. So you can see there, am I breaking into new markets? Yes? Am I showing the value up front, even in the event, not just the ads, but the event is a trial for, do you want to work with me? And then making your offers available. What I found is I never need to sell. I never need to sell. People always seek me out. Enough people do for me to think that's sufficient. But if I wanted to sell, I would go, guys, guess what? I'm running a meta ads training on this day, and it's easy to sell because I've already done the work up front. Where I think people go wrong, truly, is they're trying to sell something, but they've been like a stranger and like dead quiet for months. And they look at their bank and they're like, ooh, I need to make some money. Hey guys, I've got 3 places available for this program I've got. Who's done that in the last 12 months? Hands up, come on. No one wants to admit it. Right? Some people have, yeah? Fine, it can work. The best way for it to work is if you focus 80% of your energy on being the leader, teach, share your thought leadership, show people why you're unique, and you build up what I call money on the table. Money on the table, credit in the piggy bank, and when you can feel like, ooh, there's money on the table, then make an offer. So after doing the events, I was like, ooh, there's money on the table. Let me talk about coaching. Let me talk about a meta ads day. Let me talk about a strategy day, yeah?